Welcome to the Fort St. John Association for Community Living Shining Brighter podcast. We're putting a spotlight on success stories and solutions to the problems of exclusion and apathy in the world of people living with developmental disabilities and complex needs. My name is Jared, and I'm going to be co-hosting today with you as well as with Kelly, and we've got a great guest that we're going to introduce in just a moment. I work with the association as the stewardship manager, and my role is to help tell the stories of the individuals we support and the staff who are the foundation of our work. As well, I get to invite the community to join us as supporters and contributors to our work so that our mission is stronger than ever. And once again, I'm joined with Kelly, my co-host. You want to introduce yourself, Kelly?
Hello. My name is Kelly Clark. I am a self-advocate on the board for community living.
Wonderful. And today we're joined by a special guest, Peter Fehr. Peter, it's wonderful to have you here on the podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, excellent. So, Peter, how did you first connect with the Association for Community Living?
Well, it was kind of my mom's idea to put me into this kind of stuff. So she reached out to you guys and said, hey, I have a kid here that needs to be put into Association for Community Living and all that. And that's how I met you guys.
Yeah. How old were you? Do you remember?
I think I was like 15.
Okay. And how old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
35.
Okay, so you've been connected for quite a number of years,
Yeah.
hey? Do you remember what that experience was like? Where was it? Did it go pretty easy? Was it a challenge in any way?
Around like 2009, it was kind of difficult for me to move out of my parents' house and into another house. I was all alone, but I had some difficult times. I had some like anger issues going on and all that at that time, and the workers that came in and tried to help me, they didn't do anything about it. They did more harm than good. They were just constantly telling me, turn off my TV, turn music off. And I don't do that. They go over and they turn it off themselves.
Right.
So it was like frustrating for me to have that go on while I'm trying to work out other stuff in my life, like trying to deal with my anger issues, trying to cope with the fact that I'm no longer in my parents' house and I'm on my own. But the workers I have now, they're more supportive and they let me do what I need to do, and they don't constantly harass me every single day about it.
Well, that's helpful to know. And we're going to chat a little bit about that because I want to give you opportunity to share a little bit of your perspective working with staff and things that might be helpful. So you mentioned some of the things that interest, watching different movies or games. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are some of the things that you love to do? What are important things for Peter?
So what I usually do is I'm unemployed at the moment, but I'm at home doing the same thing you guys are doing, YouTubing and all that, and trying to spread the word to everyone what's going on in the world. But what I'm finding is Fort St. John doesn't give a crap about anything in this town. So it's kind of hard for me to tell them, hey, this is happening, when they don't care at all.
Right.
And they're too focused on their lives than worrying about what's going on in the world.
So you have your own YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's Division for Freedom. If you guys want to look it up, go ahead. I have about 11 subscribers already on it.
Yeah.
And I've been talking more about like world news kind of stuff, politics, wars, riots, protests, and all that, and trying to spread the word saying, you guys can't rely on this. We should stop doing this, and we should focus more on being peaceful with everybody instead of having more anger and more frustration and more anxiety attacks all the time.
So what led you into kind of having an interest in that and wanting to share communication? Is that something you've been, passionate about for a while?
No, I got into it when I first watched a YouTuber called Sargi. He was doing more like ghost hunting videos and all that. So I got into that, and then I started watching more like Canadian prepper, survival movie YouTubers that would talk more about the politics and all that. And that's just how I got into it. I was like hooked. I was like, I need to do this. I need to be a YouTuber. I need to get into this, and I need to actually have a fan base like they do.
Right.
When I first got into it, it was kind of hard for me to do it because I had lack of people watching and all that. But now I told more and more people in the association about it. I'm getting more and more people watching. Like I look at my analysts that I have on there and all that. I have like pretty much 5% of people in Canada watching me.
So remind us again the name of your channel.
Division for Freedom.
Division for Freedom. Yeah. So encourage people, check it out and see what Peter has to share there. Is your show, Kelly, on YouTube? Or I think you were just telling.
It is now. I just recently put it onto YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on like YouTube Music. It's on there as well.
Yeah. Remind us the name of yours again.
You're Not Alone, Life with Disabilities and Depression.
Yeah.
It's also on Spotify, iTunes, all that, you know.
Great. No, it's important for us. We want to be able to share your guys' channels, and that's so cool that you guys are doing that. And glad to have you on with us. So Peter, you were just talking about Fort St. John and some of the challenges where you feel like, there's people that they're just not really caring or paying attention to some of these bigger things in the world. We'll maybe come back to that. I want to hear first what's something you love about Fort St. John, and then we'll come back to what would be something you would like people in Fort St. John to know more about. But what's something you love about Fort St. John? You've lived here all your life?
Yeah, I've been
Nothing.
I've been here for
Shh, Kelly.
I've been here for 12 years and all that. And when I first got a job at McDonald's, I was like really stressed still. I didn't know what to do and all that. And I hated the job. I hated working there because I was constantly getting picked on. I was constantly bullied. I was getting people playing practical jokes on me and all that. And I hated working there because I didn't have the experience to be able to be in the back cooking. They had me in the front all the time cleaning.
Right. Yeah, and if they would have kind of paid attention, what would be where your strengths would be, it would have been better, hey?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You were going to say something, Gil?
Yeah, and I find like people don't pay attention to strengths. They put you in a box and they're like, here you go.
Yeah. And it's not,
deal with it.
And it's not a box shaped for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
They just shove you in it and say, this is how it is. If you don't like it, then too bad.
Yeah. So what would you say, Peter, are some of the strengths you do have and the things that you do like to do when it comes to work?
Like when I like to work is I like to show people that I am there to be loyal to the workers, and I'm also there as a reliable person to be there for.
Yeah.
But what I find is that when you work in a place like, say, the bottle job, right after COVID hit, it went downhill really fast. But before COVID hit, it was all sunshine and rainbows. Everyone was happy, excited, loving. They liked each other. They were being nice to each other. When COVID hit, it just went to crap all of a sudden. And everyone just did not want to do anything. They just wanted to be indoors and stay away from everybody.
COVID really ruined everything.
Yeah, that was a tough season. And the repercussions of that have carried on, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think, from my perspective, I don't think we'll ever totally get out from under COVID. Like, I think it's just going to be one of those things that's it's not as intense as it was, but I think in the back of our minds, it's always going to be there. And it's always going to let you know that, hey, I'm still around, whether you like it or not, I'm staying.
And when something like that, had a global impact for several years, it's inevitable, right? That there's a generational influence that came from that's carried forward, and that, we have to adapt to. I'm a parent with kids, right, who went through that experience and the outcomes of that. But Peter, you talked about, mentioned that you're unemployed now, but are you looking for other jobs? What would an ideal job look like? When you talk about some of these challenges you've faced, what kind of a influence would you like to have in a workplace, and what would that look like for you?
Like, for me, I would like to be in a job that's not stressful all the time. I would be like...
Yeah, good luck with that.
I want to be in a job that's like not have anxiety attacks, doesn't have anyone being angry or stressful or screaming at their employees all the time. And I would like to be the person that's there to get promotions, rankings, get more money out of it, so I can actually have more stuff to do and be able to run the business when I want and when they want to give up the business.
Yeah, I think that's a fair ambition. And I would believe there should be opportunities for you with that. It's tough sometimes, right? When you kind of feel like you keep, hitting your head up against the wall, and, it's, dealing with some of those complications. Like Kelly said, good luck. I think it can be done, but it's too bad that often, people get into jobs and it feels like a grind, or it feels like you're struggling with management or, leadership or whatever. And I think, it's fantastic that the association has a careers program where we're supporting people to have successful careers. And I think more employers need to realize the value. There's incredible value in having people that are connected with our organization as employees, because like you talk about, Peter, like loyalty is huge for you, and bringing a positive perspective. I mean, what employer doesn't want to have that? And yet, we've talked before, Kelly, they get stuck with, that person's in a chair, or that person can only work so many hours, or whatever. Peter, what do you think would be helpful for employers to know that would help them to consider, bringing on more individuals that are supported by our association?
Like, what I would like to see is more people seeing the good in somebody instead of the bad in someone. Like, it would be more presentable for that person to see the good in that person instead of seeing the negative in them and saying, oh, I don't want that guy anymore. He's not good. Let's just put him somewhere where he'll be able to work and blah, 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 and all that.
Or he's too slow at his job.
Yeah, that too.
I've had that.
Yeah.
When I was working at Moose FM there, they let me go because I wasn't doing the job fast enough. And it really got under my skin because I don't have very many job opportunities. Like, there's only so much you can do when you're stuck to a chair, man. Like,
yeah. But you were doing the quality of the job, I'd imagine. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing too, right? So someone might not, keep the same pace as someone else, but will they show up each day on a consistent basis? Whereas someone else might, be faster for a few months, 1 year, and then they're hopping off to another job. Now you've got to retrain, bring someone else on. Whereas if you brought someone on, it's a slow and steady, right? Even if the pace was a little slower, they're going to be consistent, they're loyal, they're passionate.
Slow and steady wins the race,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah. So if we could like come up and show the stats on that, hopefully that would help convince more employers that there's value in that. And from what I've experienced and seen so far, that most of the individuals that we support that are employed, you could have an employee for life or for a long period of time who's really going to add value to your workplace. So, yeah.
Like with me, I was at the bottle job for like 17 years, and I loved the job, but it just went to crap all of a sudden. Nobody wanted to do the job properly, and it was stressful because I had to do their job for them every day because they didn't want to do their job. They just wanted to play like a little kid and make the mess and keep the mess there and not clean it.
Yeah, that's frustrating. What would be some of your goals, Peter?
Some of my goals were me owning my own paintball range, me being able to bring it to Fort St. John so people can be able to go out, paintball, get their stress and anger out of that, and be able to come back the next day, revive, re-energize, and be able to do the job without the stress of having to constantly build that up to the point it explode out of it.
Yeah, right. We were talking, Kelly, the other day. You would like a paintball gun mounted to your chair for all those jerk drivers that yell at you on the road. You could blast them, right?
Yeah.
So Kelly would be one of your customers, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's cool.
I wouldn't trust me with a gun though. I would. There'd be a few people on my list
that you'd be picking off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just paint. Right?
My dad would be one of them.
We're gonna go down there, are we? Yeah, that's a tough.
Down the rabbit hole.
Who would you shoot with a paintball?
I'd probably shoot like all the stupidity drivers out there that don't stop at four ways.
Yeah, just blast through or roll through.
They'll just shoot the tires and all that.
Yeah, I've played paintball before, and it's a lot of fun. And like you say,
it's also very painful.
It can sting a little bit, but I like what you were saying, Peter. That there's an adrenaline rush to it, and it's almost there's a therapeutic side, right? Rather than at work yell at your coworkers or customers, go to the paintball range and go have a game and take out your frustration there. Yeah. And it's part of the experience, and you can still stay friends with your coworkers. Just
imagine when you're shooting one of your coworkers.
Now, for all the staff who are listening, we don't want you to start listing off.
We do not condone violence on this podcast. This is a disclaimer.
Yeah, Peter would be running a very safe and a legal and well-run, organized paintball course. He's
like, no.
Oh, that's a cool goal. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the worker that dropped me off and all that, he's actually going to be coming with me once I get a risk assessment done up, and we're going to go paintball in Prince George.
Sweet. How long is that coming up soon? I
just have to do the risk assessment, and we're good to go.
Oh man, that'll be fun.
Stupid risk assessments.
Tell me about those. What's a risk assessment, Kelly?
It's very okay. So,
am
I going to get us in trouble? All right.
Okay.
I'm just staying neutral here. Let's go.
Okay. So, for example, say I want to go swimming. Okay. They have to do a risk assessment for like getting me in the water and things like that.
Yep.
So that staff doesn't get injured or I don't get injured. But between you and me, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They have to, there's red tape with everything when it comes to the association.
Yeah.
That is, believe me.
All right, we gave you guys a platform to vent, I guess.
And man, I kept it clean.
Yeah. No, and that's fair, right? Again, we need to hear these things. I don't, obviously, right? Again, I'm in this neutral position. It might be, as we talked about with Tanya in the past, as director of services, there might be some of these things because of our funding and so on we're required to do, but it doesn't change that it's hard and it's frustrating and it's annoying and
it makes it hard for us to live our lives as adults.
Right. And that's, we're promoting that idea of independence, of empowerment, and then you're stuck with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's very fair.
Like I've said before, they say, oh, you're allowed to do this, and then they put X, Y, and Z as a restriction. It's like, well, that's not really allowing us to live our lives here. Really. Like with me, like I've talked about this before, trying to have a relationship.
Is there a risk assessment about dating?
I don't know if there's
no, there's not. If there isn't, let's not go there.
Yeah,
right?
Let's not go there. Because I'll tell you right now, it's already gotten under my skin quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
Peter, we're going to hope and wish and believe that your risk assessment, no problem for paintball, and you're going to have a blast.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, we're rooting for you. And after you go paintball, and you'll have to let us know how it went.
Yes.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, and then we'll come with you next time.
I know.
I'm going to be on Kelly's team. I don't want to be against him.
I know I'm having a Kenda wanting to come too. So.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm trying to get more of the staff to be involved in that, so they can come out and have fun and just stay away from the job that they're working at. Just get the stress out of them.
We all need a break.
Yeah, we all need a break.
I need a Kit Kat.
Pretty soon we'll get you one. Well, we kind of just talked about this now with the risk assessments, but another question I had for you, Peter, what are different challenges or barriers that you're confronted with sometimes?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, be honest. I am.
I don't even know what I have that is a problem to me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
You feel lucky man.
Can you think of challenges you have had and that either on your own or with the support of the association you've been able to overcome?
Freedom.
Like on my own, yeah, it was freedom because living in my parents' house, it was more difficult for me to do stuff there because for me, I'm a guy that wants to sleep all the time. So you have two kids fighting and all that, and outside your bedroom door, you're like just wanted to get up and strangle them because of it.
Yeah.
But
and for reference, you have your own apartment in one of the houses, right?
I have my own apartment in the fourplex, so it's more freedom for me because I get to sleep while I like and do what I want, clean my house when I want, and it's more freedom for me because I like it because I don't have people constantly looking down at me saying, "What are you doing? Yeah. Oh, what's this? What's that?"
Why are you doing this?
You get to live as an adult man.
Yeah.
I have a wife and kids, so there's that factor.
Yeah, that's out the window.
Oh, man.
The old ball and chain.
Natalie's going to be listening, Kelly. You're going to get me in trouble.
He's going to sleep on the
Maybe
couch.
that's the idea.
Oh, what did we sign ourselves up for?
Sign up for the devil word.
Oh, wait. Whose idea was this? Oh, wait. It was mine.
All right. No, that's good to know. If you could give some advice, Peter, for people that are listening to this podcast, what would be some advice that you would give?
Run.
No. My advice would be just stick to your guns. Stand up for yourself, and someone looks down at you, just say, "I don't need this," and just walk away from it. Because that's what I did when I got more people that were talking down at me saying, "You're no good, you can't do this." I just looked at them like, whatever. It's your choice to say what you want to say, and my choice is to say bye and walk away from it. I have more in my life to live for than what I don't have in my life. Like right now, I have a girlfriend that is in the United States, but she wants to live here in Canada. But I am happy. I'm excited to see her. I'm happy to be around her because she makes me be myself. She told me, be yourself around me. I don't care. I'm like she's an open book to me, and that's what I like about it, because she doesn't care what faults I have or what disability I have. She's there to stick by me for a long, long time.
Yep.
So, for my advice for all you individuals out there, don't let negativity get to you, and don't let stress get to you. Tell that negativity and stress to go away. And if you get angry, just listen to some music or meditate, because it helps.
That's good.
Music definitely helps.
Yeah. What's your go-to jam for music, Peter?
Right now, I'm actually listening to I Prevail.
Okay.
And their music would really impact for me when I was in a really bad place. I started listening to them, and I was like, started crawling out of that dark place. And my girlfriend was also there to help me come out of that dark place. So she was a light that brought that dark down to nowhere. She brought me from the dark place to the light place. Plus, I Prevail was there to show me that I'm not alone in this world.
Yeah. What's your go-to music, Kelly?
It would probably have to be either rap or Disturbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a heavy metal band, and I actually got to see them live in Dawson Creek.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it was actually my very first concert.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, I seen them too.
Yeah, it was dope.
Did you go in the mosh pit?
No.
Man, I was down in that mosh pit. It was hell.
I saw a video of a guy in a wheelchair at one of their concerts, and the singer actually stopped the concert and was like, "Get this guy up on stage." And the security was like trying to stop the guy in the wheelchair from coming up on stage. He was like, "Let them up on stage." Like,
And the band members,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there was one time when I was young, I got in a mosh pit and I got kicked in the head. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, I had a guy smoking in front of me. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore this, but I want to kick the crap out of this guy because of it. Because you're not allowed to smoke in concerts at all.
No, you shouldn't be.
But the guys on the floor, they didn't see it, so they hid in the crowd, and they're like,
yeah.
and you can smell the smoke from behind you. You're like, oh, just wait till you can hit the parking lot.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that insight, Peter. That is, I think, really helpful for anybody that's listening. And those self-reflection, those personal disciplines and habits that help any of us when we are confronted with challenging situations, and we begin to get stuck in our own thoughts in our heads. And I know it's something, Kelly, you talk about on your podcast, is fighting through depression and so on. So I really appreciate you sharing that. I also appreciate you just talking about the staff and some of the value that they've brought in support. And of course, we're anticipating most of our audience initially here is staff. What would be some insights or some things, Peter, that you would want to share with staff to help them as they do their jobs, as they are support workers, managers, directors? What would be some insights that you would want to share with them?
What I would like to share with them is keep on fighting. Don't let anybody tell you what you're doing. And just be happy being you, because it's more fun to be you than it is to be someone else. Because if you're someone else, then you're going to act like that person all the time. You're going to be negative towards them. You're going to tell them you can't do this. You're no good. You're nothing. And just be yourself.
Well, and I will say this. If it wasn't for the staff, honestly, I would probably go nuts. You know, they do a pretty good job at keeping me sane for the most part.
Good job.
Yeah. They're pretty much the only thing besides my mom and my buddy in Dawson that keep me from going off the deep end.
Right.
So
that's encouraging to hear. And I agree. I think we've got a really good staff team. It's a big staff team. We're over 90 staff right now, spread between all the different programs. And that's starting to,
Here's what I don't understand, though,
Mm-hmm.
is we always say we're short-staffed.
So why is that, hey?
And that's what doesn't make sense to me. It's like, okay, you guys are always saying you're short-staffed, but you got all these people.
Yeah, where are they?
That want to work. Where are they? Tell me.
Well, and I mean, there's a good thought too. And hearing from both of you, I hope that that's another benefit of this podcast is that people who are thinking about working for the association might listen to some of these episodes or see some of the clips and realize what a positive impact that working with the association can make. Often people go to a job and, you talked about McDonald's and you feel like, what am I doing here? I'm, feeding burgers to people who probably don't need to eat more burgers. And what's the point?
And they're not very healthy for you.
But here's a job working for the association where you hear someone like a Kelly and like a Peter say, like, your job, you showing up to work every day, my life is exponentially improved because of it. And that's pretty valuable. Now, yes, we provide a paycheck, you get benefits, it's a good team to be a part of it. But at the end of the day, I think any of us, what keeps us working, and you talked about the challenges, Peter, you faced, but what keeps us working is when we know that we're part of a cause, of a mission, we're part of a team.
And that we're helping.
Yeah, we're making a difference. And so we're grateful to the staff we do have. And like you say, we usually need more. And so if anybody's listening to this podcast and is like, is this a good place to work? We would say 2 thumbs up. Yes, this is a good place to work. Every job has its challenges, no doubt about it. We're not saying this is an easy job to have, but it's a rewarding job to have.
Yeah, and there's some negatives to that too, because when me living in the fourplex, you see most of the people don't want to work at all. They phone in sick because they don't want to come in and actually work for people. And I see it's more stressful for the people that do want to work there because they have to take over that person that's sick. They have to take their job over when they're not even supposed to be working that day.
Yeah, I can actually speak to that as well. People having to do more than their fair share of work because, like Peter said, a worker's sick or a worker calls in or
a worker fakes it.
Yeah.
That's another very important point, right? Any staff that are listening, when you are not bringing your best self to work or you're not getting to work, again,
we suffer.
It has an impact. It has an impact. Yeah. No, that's important to acknowledge too, that's the hard reality, right? That we want your best self at work. Now, again, we all have bad days. We can acknowledge that. But do know that, whatever you're struggling through, wrestling through, like, We want you to be able to take care of that. And I think, one of the things I've appreciated as an employee is, the organization has, again, good benefits, but even things like access to gym membership or going swimming, different things like that these are all good therapeutic things. We should make sure, Peter, once you get your paintball going, that part of our benefits as employees is getting to go and shoot paintballs at Peter's paintball course. So to HR and CEO, just take note of that. Yeah.
Also, having camp days, it helps the individuals get out of their house and actually be able to go to a camp and have fun. But the negative part about that is when we first had that camp day, the first time you guys did that, two of the workers didn't even care about the individuals in the back. All they care about is listening to their music, having to focus more on themselves. When an individual asks, "Hey, can I put my music on?" they flat out refused and said, "No, you cannot." And it was even another worker that did that.
I can speak to a similar story. For example, I was down in Nanaimo with one of my workers, and so I wanted to wear pants because it was raining outside, and she put me in shorts. And she goes, "Oh, it's not that cold." I said, "Maybe for you, but you can move around to keep yourself warm."
Yeah, right.
I can't.
Yeah. Listen, hear me.
Yeah.
Hear me. Yeah.
Yeah, like for someone like him, it's more difficult to have a worker listen to his side because they don't care.
Yeah.
When they want to just focus more on themselves than they do on the individuals.
Although I will say this, the workers I have now are pretty freaking great. So.
Yeah, I have workers that are really great too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if like with Simran, he's been there more for me. He's like a friend to me, and he's been more supportive of what I want to do. Plus, the workers at the fourplex were more supportive because I've had more freedom now than I have when I first moved in. And it was when I first moved in, it was more difficult for me to transition from being in your parents' house to being on your own.
Yep. And that's our aim, right? We hope that we are continually learning, growing, maturing as an organization, and hearing the voices of the people that are supported by the organization, the families involved, and then responding to that is what's going to help make a difference, for sure. Now, thinking kind of bigger picture, and probably for both of you, so you guys know that we're primarily funded by CLBC, and we have other partnerships and people in the community that are supporting. I'll start with you, Peter. What would be something that you feel those support agencies like Community Living BC or the community in general should know about supporting and empowering people with disabilities?
Like, when I first wanted to get a job and everything, and we did that, but what we did was we made a resume, and it took longer for us to make that resume because they had individuals in the house that were trying to deal with and all that. But when we made it and we actually took the initiative and went out to see BC
Community Living, yeah.
The BC guys that were wanting to help you look for a job.
Oh,
Work BC?
Work BC.
Yep.
They looked at the worker next to me and they said, "If you're helping them, we can't help them." So that's the negative part about it.
Right.
Is if someone in the association is already helping me, they're not going to help.
Well, you know what I find really frustrating is like when somebody's talking to you or, they'll ask the staff and they won't ask me. It's like, I'm right here, dude.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like that. But the person actually looked at me and said, "Are you Peter?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Peter." And then they're like, "Well, if he's already helping you, we can't help you." So that got me really frustrated, and I just said, "All right, whatever, cool." Walked out, told my worker, "They are useless. They are pathetically useless."
Yeah.
Yeah, you came to them with an expectation for some support or resources.
And they did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's discouraging.
So we went out to 4 different jobs yesterday, I think. Yeah, it was yesterday. And we talked to the people in these jobs. We went to another job that I thought would be cool for me. They didn't hire him. They didn't even take the resume. They said, I have to have a driver's license, I have to have a forklift license, and I have to know how to run power tools. So they wouldn't even bother even looking at me or anything.
Right.
So when you're an individual like me on the street and you're like trying to figure out what the heck is going on, and you're like, oh, cool, I'm going to be able to cross this street. You see a vehicle that's speeding down that road. You're thinking, oh, if I cross that street, I'm going to die right here.
I know. I've been hit by a car crossing the street.
And when one side stops and lets you cross, and you're like, cool, I'll be able to cross, and you start crossing, you look on your side, and there's vehicles do not want to stop. They think as you as the roadkill or a character off of GTA.
Which you're a real person, not an animated computer figure, right?
Yeah, like it's difficult for people in this town to realize there's people like us in the world that they need to look out for, and they need to let cross the street fully. Before.
I know. I had that issue the other day. I went to go cross the street, and I thought the car was going to stop, but he so I stopped because I thought he was going to go, and then he wasn't, so I went to go, and he started moving. I'm like, dude, like, you see me. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Oy. And you said you've been hit. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
Like, it's people in this town don't understand that there's people from the association that have the right to cross the road, that have the right to be like them. And with Carmela, she has her L already and all that. She's working on getting her N. Me and her are still friends after breaking up and everything, but we're there as friends, and I still support my friends over anyone else. And I will still support my girlfriend I have over the people in this town that are stupid enough to think, hey, we don't care about these people. We'd rather have them dead and off the streets so we don't have to worry about them.
Yeah. I've even had, I was out at the bar one day, out at the casino, and I was there with one of my workers, and the guy looks at my worker and says, should he be drinking? And I looked at him, I said, I'm disabled, not dead.
Yeah.
And he just shut right up.
So what do you think people in the community could benefit from? What would be things that you guys think would be helpful for them to hear so that you're able to experience life in the community as anybody else, right? But what sometimes it just seems like we need to cross that communication barrier. We need to break down some myths, some misconceptions, and so I give you guys the platform to help do that.
I think all it is it's just ignorance is what it is. And, I think if people would bother to educate themselves and, learn.
Listen to our podcast.
And here's another important point. Think before you speak.
Yeah.
You know.
like I agree on that too, but I also agree that people need to start looking up more on the roads than looking down at the phone while they're driving and not even seeing the road.
I know even people do that while they're walking across the street. I had someone almost run into me because they were looking down at their phone. It's like, open your eyes there.
But there's two things with that. One, it's the practicality of just exactly that. Don't be on your phone when you're driving or walking. But here's another one. I'm going to get a little bit philosophical on it.
Go ahead.
And that is move beyond your phone, the social media, to engage in the community that's right around you.
And engage in the world, not just the community, but get off the phone.
Be relational, right? Have a conversation. Get to know people, all people, for who they are. You know, you talked about, Peter, some of these things, like the big issues that are happening in the world. And if people would just sit down at a common table, have a conversation like we're having, get to know each other, how much would that help to diminish some of these challenges, right? But we get so caught in our own little worlds, and we get lost in, you know, what just feels good to me, and forget that we are made to be in community. We're made to be in relationship, which is so much a focus of our organization. We'd be a whole lot better off.
Well, and here's the thing. You'd think after, what was COVID, 2 years? You'd think after 2 years, people would want to put their phones down and actually talk to each other, considering we didn't see each other for 2 freaking years, man. Like, you know.
Like, also with that too is, the governments need to work more on talking to the people that run their own country and say, hey, let's stop with the fighting. Hey, let's stop threatening people with nuclear war, and let's start talking about more peace in the world instead of starting World War III.
Let's just stop all the war in general. I mean, what has it accomplished? Nothing.
Destruction.
People have died for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, look at Ukraine. Look how the fact that Russia destroyed Ukraine because they got false information and were told that the United States helped them make a bomb that would kill them and all that. That's why this war started. And look at the fact that they keep on attacking them every single day until Ukraine's literally a ghost town. Ukraine is no more. They want them gone. And then they want to attack NATO right after that. But look at that. They have NATO, the biggest people in the entire world that have more armies backing them than they do with Russia. Russia has, say, North Korea, Iran, and China backing them. But look at the fact that with that, you have more allies that want to win these wars than you do with losing the wars. Look at Russia. Look how that fact that they don't have enough troops to even win a war anymore because Ukraine has been destroying most of their vehicles, tanks. They have anti-air already in there.
I think we're starting to get a little off topic here.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to pull that out.
It's evident, Peter, that you're very passionate about that. And I think that's okay. Like, I think to be thinking about the big things that are going on in the world, we probably don't pay enough attention. And even here in what might seem like Little Fort St. John, we need to be thinking bigger picture.
Well,
what parts we have to play. Yeah, Kelly?
Well, like with me, I've never paid attention to politics and all that. And I actually, I didn't vote for the first time until, was it this year or last year? I think it was this year. I didn't vote for the first time because I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't want to vote for the wrong, person, and then we're all screwed,
Well, and that is a tough one. But we had a conversation on another episode with a board member, and we were talking about the significance of every voice. Even to an agency level, like our organization. But then, like what you talk about, Peter, we do have a part to play in how we do vote for our government, and every person should have that opportunity to contribute to that, because there is an influence in what's happening in different parts of the world. And that's a part of being a citizen, being engaged, being connected. And even there, I think, how often people that are not connected with an organization like ours might feel like, well, people that have developmental disabilities or complex needs, like what part do they have? And you guys are here saying, like, we care about different things. We have a voice to contribute, and it should not be forgotten or ignored.
Yeah, like, I want to say this for Forte and John. When we had that big fire scare, and we thought our world would crash down, and we had to evacuate our own town, people panicked. People were more focused on packing all their stuff in their entire house, including the kitchen sink, and getting out.
What was with people and like emptying all the gas stations? And like, what? I don't understand why people were in such a panic. It was like the world was coming to an end.
Oh, people freaked out because of that.
Yeah, right?
So we're just saying, relax.
Yeah. Everybody just needs to calm down.
Let's support each other. Let's think about each other. Let's care for each other.
Like with me, I have like a bunch of military gear, like camo, everything. I wanted to take that with me, but I got told by my own workers, you can't take that with you. And then they switched that idea and said, you can take that with you. So I was like, what's going on here? You say I can't take this, but now I can? You're confusing the heck out of me. What the heck?
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great conversation. We've gone all over the place, but it's good. It's been fun, helpful, good critique stuff. Appreciate your guys' perspectives. Peter, we'll have to have you on again sometime and hear how your paintball went.
Yes.
I'm really glad that we brought you on today. It's been so good to do this episode, and we want to thank everybody again for listening to this episode of the Shining Brighter podcast presented by the Fort St. John Association for Community Living. Our mission is to support individuals with developmental disabilities and complex needs achieve full and meaningful lives in our community. And why do we do what we do? It is because empowering people to shine by designing their own lives and reflecting their unique light makes a brighter world for everyone. So show your support and help share the light by subscribing to the podcast and sharing it with your friends. Have a great day. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Peace.